Broncos fans, the Denver Broncos show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be talking about the Broncos' 34-14 win over the New Orleans Saints last Sunday night. We moved to 4-3 with this win and 3-1 at home. We love seeing that. We're doing a pretty good job of protecting home field this year, and just a real good win. Probably the most complete game I've seen from this team this season, and we've now won 2 games in a row. Hopefully, we can continue to prolong that win streak and build some momentum off it. Not really much to complain about here in this game if you're a Broncos fan. I thought this was, again, the most complete game we've seen from this team all year, and a near-perfect game from the Broncos. We had 530 yards of offense here in this game against the Saints. You love seeing that. The Saints' defense is so weak, and I thought our offense did a great job of attacking them in multiple ways. We had 305 passing yards, 225 rushing yards. Offensive line did a great job blocking the whole game, and we just had a great balanced, versatile attack on the offensive end here in this game against the Saints. And I thought the play-action passing game was huge for the Broncos here in this game. Executed that so well, and we set that up with running the ball so effectively, having those 225 rushing yards. You love seeing that. Held the Saints to only 252 total yards of offense. You know, as dominant performance on both ends here in this game for the Broncos. The Saints only had 201 passing yards. You love seeing that. That's a high-powered passing offense, and I thought our defense did a pretty damn good job of keeping them in check. The Saints were only 1 of 12 on their third down conversions. Our third down defense was phenomenal in this game. I thought the coverage all game was pretty good by our corners and safety, and we really made it hard for Drew Brees and that Saints passing offense to get going in this game. The time of possession we really controlled here in this game. The Broncos had the ball for 35 minutes and 14 seconds. The Saints only had the ball for 24 minutes and 46 seconds. Did a great job controlling the tempo of the game and keeping Drew Brees off the field and keeping our defense fresh. Our offense had a lot of long drives in this game, and we just did a great job of controlling the tempo and, again, keeping Brees off the field. Defense did a pretty good job of containing Drew Brees. He only finished 22 of 42 in this game, had 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Didn't play that well. I mean, that's a pretty pedestrian outing for a quarterback of Drew Brees' caliber. Again, I thought the coverage was pretty solid all night. There was a couple missed coverages on our part where the Saints had our corners beat, but Drew Brees just missed time to throw or just overthrew the wide receiver, which is something you don't usually see from the Saints. So we got away with a couple throws here in this game, but all in all, I thought the coverage was pretty good. We had 13 pass deflections on the defensive end. You love seeing that. The coverage I thought was just real solid all game and did a great job of making it hard for Drew Brees here in this game. Our offensive line, I already mentioned, blocked phenomenally in this game. I thought they were great in the pass block and the run block. We gave up 0 sacks in this game. They did a great job protecting Peyton all night. And again, we rushed for 225 yards in this game. A lot of that has to do with the offensive line. I thought every guy on the offensive line played great in this game. Was really impressed with Zane Beadles. Ryan Clady was phenomenal. Dan Coppin and Chris Cooper have been phenomenal as well ever since Dan Coppin stepped in for Jay Walton and Chris Cooper's returned, I believe, from his arm injury. Those guys have been phenomenal in the interior of our offensive line for us this year. And even Orlando Franklin was solid. Just a real good performance by our offensive line across the board. And we averaged 5.5 yards per carry here in this game. They just did a great job of blocking up front and really physically beating the shit out of the Saints defensive line in front seven. Was really impressed with the way our offensive line played in this game. And Willis McGahee and Ronnie Hillman both played well because of that. McGahee finished with 23 carries for 122 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 5.3 yards per carry. He was phenomenal in this game. He did have 1 fumble. You don't like seeing that. But all in all, I thought he was great. I thought his vision in this game was on full display. He made some great reads in this game, and I thought he had a couple beautiful physical runs here in this game. Had one play where he just ran right through, I think it was the corner for the Saints, and just played well. Was running in between the tackles, getting yards after contact, and again showing off great vision. I thought Willis did a great job of really seeing the whole every play and getting 5.3 yards per carry in this game. Willis was great. Was really happy with the way he played. A lot of that was set up, again, by our offensive line. And even Ronnie Hillman had a good game. Hillman finished with 14 carries for 86 yards, averaged about 6.1 yards per carry in this game, had a 31-yard run, I believe, in the fourth quarter. Did a great job, but once he hit that edge in this game, just taken off. I mean, he had a couple nice runs in this game, and you love seeing that balance there. Ronnie Hillman coming in, only getting 14 carries, but having 86 yards on those 14 carries, averaging 6.1 yards per carry. McGahee having the 23 carries for 122 yards, averaging 5.3 yards per carry. You just love having that two-headed monster, if you will, back there. And hopefully with this game, Ronnie Hillman will start to gain some confidence, and hopefully he'll get more touches. I would love to see him get about 14, 15 carries a game, give Willis a break every now and then, which I thought we did a phenomenal job in this game of taking Willis out every now and then, giving him a breather, bringing Hillman in. And Hillman was so effective, really was impressed with his game here. And I just thought the run game overall, from the offensive line to McGahee and Hillman, you just love seeing how effective we were in terms of running the ball here against the Saints defense. We only had 5 penalties for 34 yards. You like seeing that. I thought it was a pretty good, clean game for us. Didn't make a lot of mental mistakes at all here in this game against the Saints. And Peyton Manning was phenomenal once again here in this game. He had another stellar outing. He finished 22 of 30 for 305 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. He's just having an MVP type year. Peyton has looked phenomenal. I thought he was great here in this game. He made some beautiful throws to Demaryius Thomas in this game, had a couple touchdown passes to Eric Decker, and he had one throw in this game where he took a big shot. He ended up actually hitting his thumb on the Saints, the defender's helmet, and it looked kind of serious there for a second, that Peyton may have broke his thumb or did something bad to his thumb. But he made a great throw under pressure, had the defensive lineman right in his face, and just threaded the needle between the safety and corner right to Demaryius Thomas. Just a great play under pressure by Peyton Manning. Great throw by him. He just continues to play like an MVP. Like I said, this year he's really making a case for that MVP award, and it's just evident by his stats. I mean, he's thrown 17 touchdowns so far this season. That's tied for 3rd right now in the NFL. He has 2,113 yards this season. That's 5th in the NFL. He's completing about 68.5% of his passes. That's 4th in the NFL. I mean, he's top 5 in basically every major passing category, and he's got the best QB rating or passer rating right now in the NFL. He's playing like an MVP, and he continues to just make this offense and team better. And I was really, really impressed once again with Peyton Manning, just being kind of a surgeon out there and just being so cerebral and dissecting that Saints defense. Demaryius Thomas continues to have a stellar season. He had a great game here. He finished with 7 catches, 137 yards, and a touchdown. You're really seeing that chemistry between him and Peyton Manning just continue to build. I mean, they really, the rapport between them is just continuing to get stronger and better. And Thomas had another great game. I mean, him and Peyton did a great job attacking the Saints defense. Peyton did a great job of just throwing it up to Demaryius Thomas downfield and allowing his big wideout to make some plays. I mean, Demaryius had some great catches here in this game. Already mentioned the one throw that Manning had between the safety and corner under pressure. Great catch by Demaryius. And he's played phenomenal so far this year. Demaryius Thomas has 39 catches already through 7 games. That's a career high for him already. He has 679 yards already through 7 games. That's another career high. That's also 3rd in the NFL. And he's got 4 touchdowns already this season, which is, again, tied for a career high. I mean, he's having a career year already with Peyton Manning, and we're already 7 games in. And he's playing like a top 10 wideout. And one stat that really sticks out to me is if you look at receivers in terms of catches of 20 yards or more, Demaryius Thomas already has 16 catches this year of 20 yards or more. That is 1st in the NFL. So you're seeing that deep playability and that big playability that Demaryius Thomas has. And like I said, him and Peyton Manning have been so good this year of attacking defenses down the field and making big plays through the passing game. And Eric Decker even played well. Another good game for him. He had 4 catches, 43 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Him and Peyton are really great job of really connecting within the red zone. Eric Decker has probably been Peyton Manning's favorite red zone target here so far this season through 7 games. And Decker's having a breakout year as well. He already has 38 catches, 484 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He's playing phenomenal. Had a great route in this game where he absolutely burned the corner, and Peyton just hit him. He was wide open for one of his touchdowns. You love seeing that. Him and Thomas are just really starting to get it and starting to really build a nice rapport and chemistry with Manning. Thomas probably more so than Decker, but Decker still has been one of Peyton's favorite targets, and they're both having breakout years. Decker's probably playing like a top 20 wideout right now, and as I mentioned, Demaryius he's playing like a top 10 wideout right now, and he's close to breaking into that top 7 or 8. He's just been phenomenal. Both of them had. Wesley Woodyard also had a great game. He's playing like a Pro Bowler this year. He's also having a breakout year. He finished with 13 tackles, an interception, and a sack here in this game. The interception he made on Drew Brees was just such a great athletic play and such a great show of awareness by Wesley Woodyard. He continues his high level of play through 7 games this year. Woodyard has 61 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 picks, and 1 forced fumble. The guy's been a Swiss Army knife of sorts for our defense, and he's having a breakout year. DJ Williams has definitely not been missed because of the play of Wesley Woodyard, and I wouldn't be shocked at all by the end of this season if Wesley Woodyard becomes our permanent starting inside linebacker and DJ Williams is finding work somewhere else. And Champ Bailey also played well. He finished with 6 tackles and 2 pass deflections, did a pretty good job on Marquise Colson all night, and made some nice plays in the run game. So all in all, just a Real dominant performance by the Broncos. Again, probably the most complete game I've seen from this team. Good win for us. Now 3-1 at home, 4-3 on the year, and it looks like we're rolling, and it looks like we're really ready to kind of make a move here and really take more control over the AFC West than we already have, and make a push for the playoffs. We're just starting to really hit our stride and play really good football, and this was a great game on both ends of the ball. That's it for me, guys. Leave me a comment below with what you thought of the way the Broncos played here in this game against the Saints, and how are you feeling as a Broncos fan as the season progresses? Do you think this team is really ready to kind of make that next step and make a big push towards the playoff and go on a big winning streak here? So again, thank you for watching, and as always, go Broncos.